Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, by the way, Kick Dingbat here. Welcome to another Philly Shakedown podcast with Philly 500, the Dingbat, and Joey Shakes, the
so
man.
What about Mary? What about Mary yet? Hasn't happened
Joey?
yet.
That's what we were saying all day, all week in my chat. What about Joey? What about there's something about Joey? Something about Joey. What is going on, everybody? How you guys doing today? I'm feeling kind of stupid right now. Yeah, kind of dumb. Oh, I gotta put my brains on, Joey. I gotta put the brains on. There we go. It's like Thanos in his glove. Now we're ready. Now I can calculate the calculations of cornbread. All right, we can run circles around it. All right, so what's going on, everybody? I see J Rock is here. Jadis Young, Twits, HTG. What's up, Punjab? Logan, Wizzy, Underdog Chance. What's going on, everybody? I can't keep up with this. Chat's just going so quick. Joel Martell, Rocco, Mr. 1340, looking for Suzuki, like the truck. Hulk, James, Brandon. What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys so much for being here. Philly Shakedown podcast. Free agency is underway, and my gosh, what a week it's been, man! What are your overall impressions of what we saw so far?
Overall thoughts. I mean, I think we weren't expecting a lot of moves. We were expecting a lot of players on the defensive side of the ball. With you had 11 free agents, so we expected a lot of guys to walk, and there was a lot of guys that did, but Howie Roseman did some things that, that kind of surprised us, and, some moves still to come, but getting this Eagles secondary almost back, and obviously having Chauncey as the last piece that we're kind of waiting for, and we'll get into more info about why he's not getting signed right now and what's going on. So I'm pretty surprised.
I think it's been a great free agency. I mean, I think Howie Roseman has totally killed it, This is one of the first. And I think you said this the other day. I think I might have heard it on your stream, but like this is one of the few free agency periods in which we're not really focusing on other players on other teams. We're just focusing on
us,
what we have and what we want, And the fact that they got Bradbury back without having to get rid of Slay, Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, all those guys that have so many guys come back. To me, has just been absolutely unbelievable free agency period. It's just that we're waiting for that one piece to fall, because I feel like in order for it to be like A++, CJ Garner-Johnson has to come back. He has to come back.
Yeah, no, I get it. Even like we talked about Marcus Mariota too. And you said his name a lot. We were saying his name a lot. I didn't think he was going to be that cheap. I thought it would have been a little bit more expensive, but at $5 million, it's a pretty good value for not able to change your offense too much with two quarterbacks that almost have like some similar skill sets, which is great.
Yeah. And Joe Vegas is here. Joe Vegas, from what I hear, is he runs Vegas, man. Joe Vegas runs Vegas. He runs it. Everything goes through him. But I know he's been under the weather, so I hope you're feeling better. He says best Eagles coverage in the USA. We thank you very much for that. Thank you so much. Now, I mean, I know you're sick of talking about CJ. I'm sick of talking about CJ. But I mean, we need it to go down. Like we need this thing to get resolved. And obviously it seems like he's not getting what he wants. So I think there's a really good chance he comes back for like a prove it 1 year deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, teams aren't looking at him as a safety. Really, it was Jesse Bates getting $16 million. And all these, pretty much the rest of these safeties that have been signed were between $4 to $8 million. There's no market right now. And teams aren't looking at Chauncey as a safety. Plus, he's only played it for a year, and he missed 4 to 5 games with a lacerated kidney. So he's really, how long is he going to hold out till next week? I mean, I don't know how long he's going to hold out, but can't hold on for that long.
Yeah, well, I mean, to me, if he decides to take a prove-it deal, it makes sense that it would be the Eagles because he's already played there, and then look who he'd be playing with. So I still feel really good that he's going to end up back in Philly. You know, I just think it's going to be on a shorter deal. You know, Marcus, a Cowboys fan, just got to put that out there, says the loss of Hargrave is huge, and that's a whole fact. It's definitely a big loss for the Eagles, but it's not something that they can't overcome. You still have to remember that on their defense, they still have 3 guys that have double-digit sacks last year. I think Hargrave is a big loss, but he also, I think in this draft, I think we will replace him. I really do. I think Jalen Carter is a good possibility.
And looking at the price as well, it's like $21 million at 30 years old for 4 years, where the main weakness to the 49ers defensive line was run defense, and to kind of have that complementary piece next to Armstead. And they think they're getting a good run stopper. I mean, for me, Hargrave is below average when it comes to run stopping. He's a pass rusher at the end of the day. So if Howie gave him a $21 million contract a year, I don't know if I'd be too happy about that number because that's a lot of money. They just weren't going to do that.
Yeah,
so I get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a loss, but I think Fletcher Cox coming back helps, and then you really have to hope that Jordan Davis takes that next step. You know, I mean, we need him to improve. New Zealand Philly fan, thank you for the super chat. He goes, "We now have no holes on our roster, which means we have 2 luxury picks. Bijan should be in play for the number 10. He's that good. It's a luxury we can take." Well, we still do have holes, though. I mean, I still think we have holes at linebacker, right? I think there's a hole at linebacker. I still think the other safety position, you can argue. So we have to kind of wait and see. And I would argue that I don't believe our running back group is better than it was a year ago.
Right now, no.
You know, no. So, you know, now as far as Bijan goes, you're just trying to get me in trouble because I'm getting people in a frenzy when I start talking about Bijan Robinson and trading up and you know we're going to talk about that in a second. You know, and David Subchat and Jason says I don't think Penny means no Bijan. Just saying it doesn't because one, Penny's on a 1-year deal and he hasn't been healthy. I think regardless of whether the Eagles take Bijan, if they take a running back in the 3rd round, I still think they're planning on bringing another running back into this draft. I do, you know. I really do.
There's a big chance for it. Like did they sign Penny? I mean, he's only getting like 600,000 guaranteed. Like he's literally free right now. So with him and Gainwell, even Scott coming back, like, is that enough? Is that add more firepower to your offense? If you're able to get a Bijan in the building, man, you have a guy like even Bijan or Gibbs, like you have a guy in the building for 5 years. Because next year, if you don't get a running back in this draft, next year you're down to just having Gainwell all over again.
Yeah. So, Marcus says Joey's a lumberjack. You've been chopping wood today, Joey. GG Meta, what's going on, my man? How are you? You know, I saw somebody earlier, and we talked a little bit right before we started. They're talking about, is Philly 500 going to talk about any other running backs besides Bijan? And the answer, of course, is yes. As we get closer to the draft, we will dive into running backs on a deeper level. But my whole point with Bijan, and I use him as an example all the time, and he's definitely a guy I would like. But my whole point, and I did a whole video on this, and it was an article, and they were talking about why the Eagles should trade up. And the point that was made, and it was a point that I agree with, and I think they expressed it better than I did, was that they said, the Eagles are not a team who is trying to build in 3-4 years. They're not going to be ready to win in 3-4 years. They're ready to win now. So they don't necessarily have to have a bunch of picks to be able to be competitive in a few years. If you have an opportunity to get a star, somebody that can put you over, why not move up? Because you're already that close to winning now. So if you traded up for the Will Anderson Jr., let's say, he could potentially put you over the top, and I totally agree. That's the point I'm trying to make with it. Now, in my video, I said I would trade either 10 or 30. Some people thought I was talking about trading both picks. I would not trade both spots. I might combine both picks to go up and get Will Anderson Jr. Maybe. Would you consider trading both first to get up and get Will Anderson Jr.? Not
Probably
Bijan,
not. Probably
Will
not.
Anderson.
I feel like you'll just have more value just having where you are at those two spots. I feel like with having that extra second round pick in 24, you can maybe use that to move up from 31 if you want to do that. If Will Anderson's the target, then I guess that's what they have to do, because I don't see him going past the Cardinals, maybe the Lions, maybe the Raiders. Those are teams I'm kind of looking for right now. I think he'll be well over. He'll be out of here before he even gets to 10. So if that's going to be your guy, great. But I feel like you got to get two blue chip players. And I want to ask you too, because there's a lot of fans that we don't have 4th, 5th, 6th round picks, and fans are so like they want to trade back and get more picks, like, more bodies, less talent. Do you agree with trading back and getting more mid-round picks and trusting that you're going to take a gamble moving back that much?
It depends what pick I'm moving. If I'm moving my third round pick to go get a 4th and a 5th, let's say something like that, then possibly. But I'm not trading back my 10th pick. I refuse to do that. I would trade up. I personally would trade up 2 firsts for Will Anderson. I would give that 2nd first for Will Anderson Jr. because I think he's a game changer. I wouldn't do it for a running back, but for Will Anderson, I would consider it. Otherwise I would just perfectly be content staying at 10. See, I'm under the mindset that this team is very close to going back to the Super Bowl. So go out and get that star guy, get that blue chip player, that guy that can instantly help you now, because it might put you over the top. I truly believe, I truly believe that,
Right.
Takeem Hilton, a member for 17 months of Dingbat Superfans, he goes, I want our wide receiver Olimide Zacchaeus, I don't know if I said that right, as an affordable slot receiver option, smaller guy that can compete for the number 3 wide receiver spot and punt returns. I'd have to go check him out. I haven't looked at him, but I'm open to a fast guy, especially a guy that can help us on special teams, Just Call Me Flair, member for 30 months of Tinfoil Dingbats. He says, I'd go all defensive line in the first 2 rounds, sign Elliott, and draft a running back in the 2nd round. Resign CJ, perfect offseason, 30 months, by the way. Much love to both of y'all. 30 months for Tinfoil Dingbats. Just Call Me Flair. You are the man. Thank you so much.
And we got Suo Blaze, member for 10 months of the Shake Squad. Captain Theory said, what's up, boys? Man, the draft talk fires me up. I have no clue what we're going to do this year in the draft. So many options.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sorry if I'm trying to catch up to the chat. It's just I keep falling way behind. We got 622 people in the chat between both channels. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new channel, hit that like. Make sure you guys subscribe. And if click the link in the description, you go sub up my man Joey Shakes. It's gonna be fun to see what the Eagles do. I think that if you just look at the way free agency has fallen so far, I mean it makes sense, not talking about trades and all those scenarios, but if you just stay at 10, I just think it makes sense that they're probably going interior defensive line. That just seems like that would make the most sense to me, right? Maybe Jalen Carter falls, maybe Kalijah Cansey. I mean, something like that.
Look at the free agent list too, especially with Fletcher Cox here. He can't play, he's got to play 25-30% of the snaps anyway. He can't play over 70. He just doesn't have that motor anymore. But look what you have. You still got Quentin Jefferson out there from the Seahawks. He had 5.5 sacks last year. Calais Campbell still out there. You got some linemen, even Clowney. You have the guy from the Rams, Leonard Floyd. There's a lot of guys out there that put more depth for this defensive line, whatever they want to do. But Jalen Carter, it sounds like a possibility.
Yeah. Are you concerned with his his pro day this past week?
A little bit. Apparently he gained 9 pounds. He gained 9 pounds. He just looked, he was cramping up. Like I can't take too much out of it. He could be a lot going on with him right now. I don't know, but it's a gamble, and I think I would take the gamble on him. That's just me. But
yeah, I was talking to my dad about this, and he made a point about Carter. And he was saying that, he might just be depressed. Like he might be going through a lot and mentally, you just lost a friend a few months ago. You're part of that. You're at the combine. You have to come back. I think, and I'm willing to bet that pro day and him being 9 pounds overweight, I'm willing to bet it had a lot to do with that off the field stuff,
Probably.
right now. So if that's the case, and they can, get somebody to talk to him, work with him. I mean, maybe a place like the Eagles would be a place that would be good for him because he's got Nakobe Dean there and Jordan Davis, two guys that he knows. And maybe that's what he needs, that support system. So it's something to like kind of save and put in the back of your head, because I wonder if that would play a part in it,
Right.
The Big Sarge says Carter's not getting past Bears at 9. Yeah, you might be right. But let's say this. Let's say Jalen Carter's at 8. Would you trade up for him? I'll ask you, Joey, and Big Sarge, or whoever wants to answer. Would you trade up for him?
I think you're going to have to. I mean, with the rumors going on with the Bears, and they've called Georgia. They want to know what's going on with him. They've had a lot of communication. I mean, that's a team that has a lot of cap space, a lot of draft capital. I wouldn't sit at 10. I mean, I know like sometimes when we get close to the draft, even draft night, GMs will hear like certain things that are going on and what teams they might be picking, or players that might be picking. Yeah. So I think you have to jump them. You might have to.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, I mean, they could go a lot of ways. I mean, they could also go offensive line. I really thought they were going to wind up getting Javon Hargrave. So I thought they would land Hargrave and then go offensive line.
I mean, if Slay got released, did you think that they were going to go corner like immediately? Like you think like that was the answer? Like they got to get Witherspoon or Gonzalez? Like that's it?
No, I tell you what, I don't think that they still might not go corner. Like it would not surprise me if they went corner again at 10. Like if they really like somebody, the Eagles are going to do it. I really believe it. And believe it or not, I believe that they'll feel the same way about running back. And the reason why I say that, even though they haven't recent history drafted a running back in the first round, think about the draft when Christian McCaffrey came out. There was all those reports the Eagles were trying to get Christian McCaffrey in the top 10. So I think if they like somebody enough, they'll do it. The reason I think Bijan may be in play is because if you look at the size of both Sermon and Penny, they're almost exactly what Bijan Robinson is. And maybe that's the kind of back Sirianni wants.
Yeah.
DB Cooper says, I subscribed and liked. I hope you didn't do it while you were jumping out of the plane, though. DB Cooper.
We have another from Just Call Me Flair, member for 17 months of the Shake Squad Captain tier. Says, thought I'd also redeem my membership chat on this channel. Sign Zeke and draft a running back, please. Calling it now. Zeke Elliott will be an Eagle, damn it. Yo, that picture.
Come on.
That picture you sent me.
Oh, my God. Was that hilarious? Somebody had that on Twitter. I thought it was so funny. I was laughing so hard. Here, let me see if I can pull it up.
I think you missed the chat, by the way.
Okay, I'll go back and look for it. Let me see if I can find a picture to show everybody.
God, it was so funny.
This is what I sent Joey today. This is what I sent him. Hold on, let me get it. There it is. Can you guys see it? That's awesome. Which King of Agmar, tinfoil dingbats, a member for 31 months. He says, if the best player on the board is at 10, is a cornerback, do we take him? I think you should. I think you should. If the best player at 10 is a corner, I think you should take him. If he's number 1 on your board, take him. Definitely take him. Bleed Green, thank you for super chat. I'm sorry if I missed this. But he says, listen, if CJ Garner-Johnson got to go, or got to do what he's going to do, go at Kevin Bird. You want to come home, fly Eagles fly. Is Bird from Philly?
Apparently, that's what people told me.
Oh, Kevin Byard. I call him Kevin Bird all the time. Bird. Bird is the word. Byard. But thank you for super chat. I wouldn't mind Kevin Byard. He's 29, right?
Yeah.
What? Did I say something wrong?
No.
What did I do?
Nothing.
Did I say it? Is that not how you pronounce his name?
The way you say shit, it's just like, I don't know. You say things weird. Byard. There you go.
Buy your yard.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I don't know. It's too much spaghetti. What can I say? Let me. I did miss another super chat here though.
Suo?
Find it.
Suo Blaze, I think. I don't know if you read that one.
Yeah, I think I did. Where?
Okay.
Let me see. Let me see. New Zealand Philly fan. Bleed green. I'm looking.
Okay.
Sue Blaze, did I read this? Nope, I didn't. Sue Blaze, every super chat goes, should be 2 years, but I changed their cards and it ruined my month streak. Is that for your
I think it's for it happens. You know what I mean?
No big deal.
You're good, man. Streak don't matter.
Rakoya Abu, I don't know if I said your name wrong or not, but I'm sorry if I did. He says, Fuzz from Australia. What?
It's like they give you tongue twisters, bro. I swear they do it on purpose.
Fuzz from Australia says, firstly, that the Cowboys will always stink. Secondly, for losing fat ass Zeke, cry, Dak cry, laugh out loud. Absolutely. I love the Cowboys' misery. It's great. Let's see. The Phillies, Ace 34 man. Thank you for Super Chat. He goes, Philly Joey, does Howie wear a mask in the NFL? Laugh out loud. Does he wear a mask? I say no.
I doubt it.
Does he mean like a mask, like because of the pandemic?
Or he wears a mask because he's burglarizes the league.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't even know anymore. Yeah. A second one I can see. Second one. Brian, he says, I feel suspended in animation waiting for CJ Garner-Johnson. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. Jason says, I'd be more patient about CJ if I hadn't finished all my damn dabs. What? The sound of the Phillies finger got me. Oh. What do you mean?
Ding.
Dude, that's the sound of gold.
It's like the part in The Irishman where Rob De Niro gets that ring from Joe Pesci. It's just like that.
It's like, dude, you become a different person. It's like Thanos.
There's only 3 of us.
Like I walk just regular, and then I got the ring on. I'm like, well, like this. I'm like,
you're talking like this.
I would like a McChicken sandwich. Yes. Underdog Chasers. I love to get Gibbs from Alabama. Yeah, I like Gibbs a lot. I do. I absolutely do. Samuel Rowe, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Eagles win a championship if we are better people. It's all on us. What do you mean? If we are better people? Like
I'm confused.
Like you mean like if we're like nice people? Like that? Is that what he means?
I guess.
Jay Koch, what's going on? He goes, what's Dak have? 1 playoff and 6? I think he's got 2, right?
Yeah,
I think he's got 2. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the CJ Garner-Johnson thing obviously has to happen. Now, would you bring back Jalen Mills if possible?
I said I wouldn't mind as like a depth safety. But people were really pissed and like, no, we don't want him here. We don't want him at safety. Don't want him at corner. Like, I don't want him at cornerback. That's a definite. But
right.
Him coming back as like a depth safety, maybe they'll do some safety sets. Maybe they can. I mean, it wouldn't be horrible. I mean, have him in competition with Kevon Wallace. Like, it's not a bad thing to do. Like I wouldn't mind it. Not against it.
It's funny because I got the opposite thing. I said the opposite, and I got shit. Like I said, no, I don't really want him back. Like why? We helped us win the Super Bowl. I like Jalen Mills, I do, but I don't need him to come back. If they want to, like you said, a depth piece, fine, but I don't need him to come back as a starter. I don't know that he comes in as a starter and all of a sudden we've elevated our defense. It's a nice feel good story. Oh, he comes back, but does it really help us? Like, is he really that good of a safety that we need to have him back?
Right.
I mean, just get CJ Garner-Johnson back and let's end this thing
already.
As soon as Garner-Johnson comes back, this is the best team in the conference.
Do you think do you honestly think it's like this is like amazing, like 11 free agents, and you pretty much, if he gets CJ back, it's
amazing
to get that whole secondary back. Like Bradbury, like what did you expect from Bradbury coming back? Who expected that? Like no, I did not expect it.
But you know why? It shows something because we talked about this last week about how guys who come to an organization, they often don't feel like they owe that organization anything. It's not an attachment, not like Brandon Graham, Kelsey. James Bradbury took less money to stay. He didn't do the mercenary route. He wanted to stay, and he took less money. I was just thrilled. Now, I thought we were going to lose Darius Slay, and I was willing to accept that, being that I'm getting CJ Garner-Johnson back. Now we got Slay back, and CJ might still come back. If we get all three of those guys, I mean, if we get all three of those guys, we got the best secondary in the conference.
True.
I mean, the NFC is weak, right? This is my other reason why I go out and I get a high pick. Like, I try to get a star. The NFC is weak. Rodgers going to the Jets. Brady is retired. Who scares you in the NFC? The Niners, yeah, they got a good team. They got no quarterback. I'm not believing in Brock Purdy. They traded Garoppolo. Garoppolo's gone. Dallas, maybe, but they always choke and they stink. It's like who scares you? Really? Like, who scares you?
No, nobody. It's take advantage of the year.
James Odell. Oh God! Thank you for super chat. Derek Barnett, our 2023 season NFL MVP. Man,
they're seriously keeping him. They're seriously keeping him. I don't know.
See, I would trade him at the draft. I would trade. But the problem is apparently, from what I heard, teams want you to give them picks to take them. So, what are you going to do? Donatello Dragon, thank you for super chat. He says, can you all shout out my girl, Jenna Tools?
Jenna Tools? I'll do it for you. Shout out to Jenna Tools.
I'm going to start laughing.
They want you to say everything.
I don't even know anymore, like, when to say something or not. I don't even know.
The super chats on your side, they want you to say certain things. It's always like that. Don't know why.
They love it. They love when I talk. They love the way I speak. They love the white Mike Tyson, dude. That's what it is. The Affiliates 34th day for super chat. He goes, laugh out loud. I asked that question because that's what Joey's intro about wearing a mask. You are the best thing that's of YouTube. Joey, your thoughts on Sills? Uh-oh.
Ask him. I don't. Who works with who? I have nothing to do with that.
I'm a guest. I'm a guest on the show. I go on once in a while. I like Sills is nice to me. I judge people how they treat me. If you're nice to me, I'm gonna be nice back. Do I agree with his views? No, of course not. I don't agree the Eagles aren't going to playoffs, but I feel like I'm the voice of reason. Like, he brings me on, I have to be the voice of reason. I have to come on there and I have to promote truth. Otherwise, nobody's going to do it. Except for maybe Merrill Reese when Merrill Reese comes on. But I'm the voice of reason. So if I don't go on, somebody's got to do it. But he's always nice to me. He's always good to me. And I think that a lot of what he says, he doesn't believe. I honestly think he's just trying to get a rouse out of people, and it works. He's getting a rouse. He's even getting a rouse out of Eagle players. So, do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with that. But I think he's,
I think what I've always wanted to happen on that show is like somebody just battle him, like someone just like go back and forth with him.
See, when you go on a show, he'll agree with what you're saying. So I go on and he'll it sounds like I feel like, man, he agrees with me. I convinced him. And then I get off the show and he's like, they're trash. I'm like, what? I thought I just won him over, But he's always nice to me. So
yeah,
OMG David Super Chat goes, what up, fellas? Definitely running back with the first pick. Interesting. First pick would be interesting, But I think he trolls people hard, man. It's like when I was younger and Howard Eskin used to be on WIP, and people would get so pissed off because of things he said. I feel like he gets people riled up. I feel like he's a ball buster, That's what I think.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Joe Martell says Cowboys going to draft Don Keebles from Morehead State. Keebles.
I can't do this.
Who's that? I don't know. Elijah Floyd says we can steal a running back in a second, bro. Yeah, you could get a running back in a second, and they might. I'm saying I think the Eagles will take one within the first 3 rounds.
Right.
I'm saying my personal opinion, I would try to get Bijan Robinson.
True.
But yeah, I think so. Dave does what's going on, man. He's 500. He's nice too because you have his channel. We follow you, so Dan Cilio is hoping you get followers. Well, I mean, Jacob Me is pretty big, right? I mean, so, but I understand.
Not big on you. No, big on YouTube though.
Well, they got a lot of a lot of money and stuff behind them. They got all those
behind it, right, yeah.
So they're out there promoting. Hey, listen, the guy's nice to me. I'm not gonna say I have nothing bad to say. I know he's trolling, so like I feel like it doesn't offend me because I know I don't believe he believes it.
Right.
But it is what it is. But at the same time, I mean, I do my own thing. I focus on myself. I don't really worry about what other people are doing. People come to me with stuff I don't even know. I don't follow the beefs that go on Twitter. I only worry about myself and what I can do. So, that's what I tell people.
Right.
But I think that you should be. I think debate is good, and somebody's got to put another opinion out there. So, Richie Red, thank you for super chat. He goes, go check out Mills versus CJ safety stats identical. So, Richie Rich, you think Jalen Mills is as good as CJ Garner-Johnson?
Somebody showed me PFF stats. I'm not a big. I really don't put up PFF stats ever on videos, but apparently, like they're not off by much. Somebody showed me the other day.
Right. Gonzalez says Howie will take Bijan the same day I get double BJ from Holly Berry and Kate Blank. You better go answer your door because I heard they're at the door. It's going to happen, buddy. You're going to be happening, and you're going to be saying, "Where are the girls?" And I say, "Too bad." Your typical so-and-so says throwing it on the dartboard now. Atlanta's backup for Desmond Ritter will be the North Dakota man. Wait, so Atlanta's backup for who? Oh, okay, from North Dakota. Gotcha. What do you think of and I don't mean to chase up, but what do you think of the Marcus Mariota signing? We haven't talked about that. I thought that was such a great signing.
Oh, I was shocked. And it happened like late. Didn't it happen in like maybe not late for you, but for me, it happened like it must have been at night because I looked and it just happened. And I was like, holy crap, $5 million, incentives up to $8 million. So obviously the incentives, you got to put those in there in case, your quarterback goes down, knock on wood. But for $5 million and to, not have, you have somewhat of the same running skill set like Hurts. I think Hurts does it better, but 8 years later, man, Mariota is finally in a Philadelphia Eagle uniform. How about that? Just like yesterday, and it was just like yesterday in 2015, where Chip was putting together a whole package to move up and go get Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. Let me see here. Did you miss it? Did you have a membership? Any membership chat? Because I'm looking for. Chris said that we missed one. I don't know if he's talking to me or you, but I don't see one on my thing.
No, not mine. Mm-mm.
I apologize if I missed it then, because I went back and looked for it. I thought I read one from you earlier, but I apologize. I owe you one, Chris. The Phillies H34 Denver Super Chat goes, Joey, I dig your content because when you post videos, most of the time it's late at night. Tip. But are the Eagles potentially tricking Hurts to get people signed and promise him the world, then flag him if we don't win the Super Bowl in 23? So are they, and thank you for Super Chat. He says, are they tricking Hurts, making them think that they're going to sign him long term? And then if he doesn't win, pull the carb out from under him. I don't think the number is going to be like, I heard the number was between like 51 and 54 a year. And then I heard like it was like 45 plus. So maybe they're going to make it a little. I have a feeling that there's really been no roadblocks with it. Maybe it's going to be cap friendly or something like that. And by the way, I appreciate listening to the late content as well. So I think I think that's what's going to happen. So I'm falling asleep and I get the and it's JoeyShakes just posted the video 3 a.m. Like, oh man, Let's see. Elijah says, no, Hurts is your quarterback. Yeah, Hurts is our quarterback. I love Jalen Hurts. I couldn't be more happy having him, you know. Jay Koch, he says, how much authentic Kelly Green jersey? How much is an authentic one? I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're out yet. Are there any out? When they come out, they'll probably be the same price as the authentic regular ones, I would imagine. I can't wait for the Kelly Green, dude.
They'll be like 160, 170, I think.
Devontae Smith. So yeah. I won't buy a jersey if it's not stitched. Like you know, the print on ones, they always get ruined after like 2-3 washes.
Well,
it starts to fade.
Even the Nike jerseys are like, they're really tight on the shoulders and arms too. They're not made.
I hate the Nike ones. But if you get the old throwback, the Mitchell and Ness,
oh yeah.
Those are stitched. And those are great. Those old Kelly Green ones. What I want though is I want a Byron Evans throwback, and I can't find, or a Keith Jackson Eagles throwback. Those are what I want. Chris Scott Davis super chat. He goes, my slong was in the Guinness Book of World Records until the librarian told me to take it out.
He said it's okay, Philly. My chat was a joke. They just want you to read shit. I mean, that's all it is.
The Guinness Book of World Records, the book.
Guys, keep sending them. Make Philly. Someone trick Philly into saying something he has no idea what he's going to say. Like, just send him out. Just send him out. I want to hear him say
that's
stuff.
Funny. I'm going to use that on my wife.
Oh God,
that's pretty funny.
But you're watching episode 3 of The Last of Us. You know, with the towel scene. Frank coming to bed. Bill going to bed.
Oh. I told you this story, right?
Yeah, you did.
So I was watching Last of Us season 3 or episode 3, right? And it's like the two like these two guys, right? And you know, what's his face? And you know, and they're gay and they're about to like get it on. And I'm watching this, and my wife gets up to go to the bathroom, and she's like walking halfway, and she stops, and she's like looks at the TV. She's like, "What are you watching?" And the dude is taking the towel off the other guy, and I'm going, "It's The Last of Us." She goes, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's not what you think I'm watching. What you think I'm watching? It's The Last of Us." And I made her stay until it played, and then she saw. But I'm like, "Oh God!" Of all the times to wake up, you wake up with that. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like the dude's taking the towel off the other. I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" And of course, my wife has to go to the bathroom now. It's crazy. Illadelph Life says, "What's good, fellas? That all white helmet on your header is ice. Would like to see them rock with the helmet with all white. Yeah, that's why I put it up there to promote it. Because I would love the Eagles in a perfect world. I want to see the Eagles go back to the days where they had the white on the road with the white helmets and then the green helmets at home. I think that would be so awesome.
Be sick,
you know." Mr. International says, "I watched Tulsa Kings. It's a great show. Yeah.
Awesome show.
It's a good show." I'm telling you, it was like the worst possible time she could wake up and go to the bathroom was at that very moment. It's a big I have a 65-inch TV. So it's huge.
You're like,
and I'm sitting there like this, watching, eating popcorn, and the guy's and the music's playing. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm watching The Last of Us. Yo, Phil, you think Avante Max will play any safety? I don't know.
A lot of people have been saying that lately. Like, I don't know why. I
don't know. I wouldn't. I say why move him?
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Greedy Williams.
Oh, Greedy Williams. I thought that was a great signing for depth. You know, because who else you have? You have Joe, but you have McPherson. You need somebody else. No. So I think he's a young guy, still has upside, and yeah, why not? You know, I think it had nothing to do with not getting CJ Garner-Johnson back, though.
No,
a lot of people were worried about that. I thought it was a great signing. You know, that's my opinion. Mm-hmm. Oscar says no beefcake at 10. He's talking about Jalen Carter. Next is Better Call Saul. If you as long as you've watched Breaking Bad, if you watch Breaking Bad, then I'd say Better Call Saul. Underdog Chances, hey 500 and Joey, what happens to our Josh Sills with the Chargers? Oh, Sills. What happened to Sills?
He had like rape charges or something.
Oh, did they cut him? Is he gone?
I don't know actually. I don't know. I gotta check the roster. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either. We got 749 people in both chats at the same time. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new channel, hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. Click the link in the description and go sub up my man Joey Shakes. Okay, let's see. I love the more. Do you know that the Mariota deal was like one of the reasons why I even started YouTube? Like
really?
Mariota, yeah, because Mariota was coming out in the draft, and I wanted him really bad. Paul.
Oh my God, you're one of those guys that want to trade.
I wanted Mariota. My whole thought was, well, you got Chip Dip Kelly. If he's going to run his offense, might as well do it with somebody that he likes. I hated Bradford. Like I was so pissed off when they traded for Sam Stinkford because they got rid of Foles, and I liked Foles, and I was all about keeping Foles and seeing what he can do. And they go and they trade him for Bradford, and I just wanted Bradford gone. So I wanted Mariota, and I was obsessed. I was obsessed leading up to that draft about trading for him. It's all I thought about, all I talked about, everything. And I was like, man, I don't know. Nobody wants to talk. I had nobody to talk to about it. And I was like, I don't want to talk to somebody about it. I was like, maybe I should start a YouTube channel so I can just go in there and start talking about this. Because like WIP or 97.5 will be talking about like every other sport but like that. And I would get so pissed off. So yeah, that's Marcus Mariota, when he came out, that was the first time I had the first idea of creating my channel. Now look where we are. We have a channel and we have Marcus Mariota.
Look at us.
Donatello Dragon, David Super Chat. He goes, we need to go after European kid urinator. I just got it. The frig, man. Why is everybody up to? What are you guys going at me today for? Did you put these people up to this in your stream earlier today? Fabio, David Super Chat. He goes, Will Anderson, linebacker or edge rusher? I think he's an edge rusher. Edge rusher.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sammy Sleeves. Yeah, I couldn't take Sammy Sleeves. Isaiah says, I love you guys. Have you ever kicked it in person? No, we've never met.
Thank God.
Not yet. I haven't.
One day we've been talking about.
Yeah, I'm like Joey Shakes. What's up? Kiss the ring. No, I'm just kidding.
Kiss the ring.
The Phillies ace David Super Chat goes, hey fellas, I believe Dallas regresses this year, even though they stink, and they had time for one more play. Even signing Gilmore, what team worries you? They don't worry me. They don't worry me at all. I think really the biggest team in the NFC, I think it's going to be the Niners, because I think they got the best. They got a really good roster. They got the best roster minus the quarterback position. So I think the 49ers are going to be tough. Dallas, I think Dallas is going to regress. I think when they see McCarthy call the plays, they're going to be very upset. But then again, it's, I don't know. If Dallas goes out and gets like DeAndre Hopkins and gets weapons, then they could be right up there again. Yeah. Yeah, still can't believe Tennessee turned down a trade. Oh yeah, I mean that was when they were going to give up Fletcher Cox, they were giving up multiple picks for that. That was crazy.
Even look at like Washington's got Jacoby Brissett, and the Giants, they didn't even give Daniel Jones any weapons. That tight end from the Raiders is good, but I mean, healthy. You re-sign Shepard for a year, and then you go get Paris. What's his name from the Colts? I mean, is that even is that even enough? Like to give your quarterback weapons like that?
Oh, they got yeah. Oh, I always want to call him Paris Hilton.
Yeah, I always forget his last name every time I forgot.
Yeah,
his name.
no, I know. But yeah, he's to me, he's like when they had John Ross. Like you don't know what you're gonna get. He's
but they don't have a bona fide number one like go-to guy. Darius Slayton's coming back too. I forgot too, but
I think that like To me, the Giants should be going after DeAndre Hopkins.
True.
Like, to me,
Yeah.
that's the team that should be doing it. James Odell, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, I hope our new offensive coordinator doesn't use designed runs for Hurts as much as Shane. I know he has wheels, but come on. Yeah, I mean, you don't want him to get hurt. You know, the more hits he takes, the worse it gets, you know. Andrew Phillips says, I swear 500 needs its own sitcom. I'm ready. Let's do it. HBO Max. I'm working on one. Marcel Carter, David Super Chat. He goes, we draft Bijan. My son's middle name will be Howie. Well, I'm assuming your son's going to be Marcel. So, Marcel, Howie, where we wait to see you. It's got, there's a chance it could happen. There's a chance. Splendid says Paris Campbell. That's right. Yep. Philly, do you think Howie will pull an A.J. Brown level trade during the draft this year? I don't know that I think he's going to pull a trade like that. It's always possible. I think what he's going to do is I think he's going to pull a trade up. Like, I think he's going to come out. I believe he's going to come out with one of the top 5 best players in this draft. Like, I think he's going to make a big move. Because I think the Eagles view their team as, like, we're ready to win a Super Bowl. So why not just go get that one guy if he could put you over the top? You know? The reason I even say Bijan could isn't so much because he's a great running back. It's just because I think if you upgrade the running back position with everybody else around you in the offensive line, they're even more brutal. But I think a guy like you had Will Anderson here, or even Jalen Carter. I mean, dude, I even like Kalijah Kancey, which some people don't. There's more, you know, not everybody's as sold on him, but I just think if you look at Kalijah Kancey, you look at his game, and you look at what his strengths are, he fits perfectly, like perfect next to Jordan Davis. You know?
True.
So, I mean, we'll see. Just seeing the headline saying Eagles sign Zeke. I'm glad it's not true. Laugh out loud. Don't need any cowgirl smelly leftovers. I do not want him. I don't even know what he has left, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Shannon, David Super Chat, he goes, are you guys worried about the, quote, new coordinators? I'm not worried about the offensive coordinator. The defensive coordinator, I wonder. I wonder. Because I don't know what the...
It's going to be a shame if they waste a whole nother year with a defensive coordinator that doesn't adjust. It's really going to be... that's why I really didn't want to go after somebody that was brand new to the position, but hopefully we see something different. I'm hoping to God we see something different how he uses these players. I really do. I hope this guy has a different mental state of when to make adjustments and how to use everybody. So, I mean, that's what I'm kind of, I mean, look, 21, you know, as a defensive coordinator for the Bears, he was bottom 10, you know, but didn't have a lot of talent that year, but was in top in some categories. He was top in sacks, a few categories. So hopefully.
Do you know what his blitz rate was? Did he?
I don't know. I gotta look.
Yeah. I see, to me, I know a lot of people worry about the scheme. To me, it's not even Jonathan Gannon's scheme. It was just the aggressiveness within his scheme that I didn't like. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I believe Green says it would be hilarious if 500 star in a movie, multiple roles like Eddie Murphy, Nutty Professor. Oh my God, that's exactly what I want to do.
What was Gannon's blitz rate last year?
Oh God! A few years ago, it was like, oh God, I don't remember what the percentage was. I know it was like last in the league though.
So
I think it was 27%. I want to say.
Sean Desai was 22.6.
Okay, then Gannon must have been like 15 or 12%.
That's a big drop off. I'm going to search for Gannon's. You can keep going.
Yeah.
Gannon's.
Clark Roberts, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, Ayo, it's Howie season. CJ going to happen. We have a tough schedule. We need defense. I agree. Thank you for Super Chat. He goes, Name Brand says, we got Titans GM fired for that AJ. Oh, we definitely got him fired for that. I agree.
God, that number's low. 9.5%.
Who, Gannon?
Gannon's defense in 22 with the Eagles, 9.5%. Holy shit.
He only blitzed 9.5% of the time.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy.
The rate of the league is 25. Like that's just ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, that's horrible. Dude, my kids could blitz more than that. Whoa, what the hell?
Wow.
That's crazy.
It's really sad.
Howie's the best thing ever. One ring in Philly's 57 years. Come on, DB Cooper. What are you talking about? Super Blaze, David Super Chat goes, Bayard was born in Philly. Very cool. But I said his name wrong, I think. Joey said I said his name wrong.
No, you're good. That was fine.
Look, Cole's Cowboys. What's up, man? He goes, breaking news, the Eagles signed Zeke with a big signing bonus of Twinkies. I love that Cowboy fans are taking shot at Zeke now that he's gone. I love it. Chris Scott says, it really seems to me that because of all the defensive signings and free agency, Howie's going offense in the draft with 2 of our first 3 picks. I think you could be right. I do think the first pick will be defense, but I think the next 2 picks will be offense. I do, man. I think they're going to surprise the world and take a running back early. I really do. I really do. Robinson, yes.
Robinson.
I'm all, people say I talk too much about him, so I'm trying not to. One question we could draft that helps Hurts healthier for season. Well, you could draft offensive lineman.
Right.
Speaking of offensive lineman, have you heard anything on Seumalo going anywhere? I haven't heard anything.
Did he get hurt? I wonder if he got hurt out of the NFL season, he got hurt just in life in general. Did something happen? If you have a guard that's in the Super Bowl, why wasn't he these guards were getting paid left and right? Why is he coming back?
I don't mind if they get him for a good price. I mean, do you think Cam Jurgens? Do you think they'll move him? Is that the plan to move him to right guard? Do you think they really want to do that, or do you?
He's got to play this year. He can't redshirt for another year. I mean, you can't afford it. A second-round pick is going to sit. I mean, he didn't sit last year, but he was in red zone. He was an extra lineman. But can you really sit him for a whole nother year? I don't know.
How long did the Packers sit Aaron Rodgers for? 4 years, 3 years, something like that. You could. I don't know if they will. Joe says, please remember, hit that like button. Hit it like a MB dunk. That's right. Hit that like button. If you guys haven't, make sure you subscribe. Click the link in the description. So about my man Joey Shakes. So what do you think? What do you think the next shoe to drop is?
Next signing. I don't know. I mean, the CJ Garner-Johnson situation. This can't go for till next. This can't go until the end of next week. There's no way that this thing is going to drag out. The way these safeties are getting paid right now, I don't know what. What's his better chance of getting a bigger contract on another prove-it deal? Is it being with a new team with new new weapons around, or is it going back to his original spot in Philadelphia where he's probably going to be more successful since he knows everybody here?
I don't know. He wants to get paid like a safety, right? Not like a corner. No. So not an outside corner. See, it's crazy because Bates he's gone. Poyer went back to Buffalo.
Jordan Love.
I guess he's just waiting to see his options. I just wish he would sign with the Eagles and get this thing over with, man. Let's get him back at least one more year, and then we can worry about next year. But I want him back. Donatello, David Super Chat, he goes, Cowboys just signed Mike Latoris. Thank you for Super Chat.
I actually looked, I was bored during a stream. It was almost 3 hours. So I went to the end of the stream to do it. And I was like, let me look at the 2024 season. So since the Hurts extension is going to kick in, let's look at the over the cap, whatever. So I looked at the 24 roster for over the cap, and I looked at all the restructures the Eagles could do. There's a good 4 to 5 players they can restructure. I think Reddick was a restructure. Sweat was a restructure. Lane Johnson still hasn't restructured yet. We don't even know what the cap space is now with all this crap that's been going on.
No.
They with the Slay redo of that deal, they actually got more money out of it. They got an extra $1 million. So if you just restructured him, it was like 12. They got over 13 for that redone deal. So next year they can get some. I'm not saying restructure 4 or 5 guys, but they can free up some money next year.
Well, what's their cap number looking like next year?
I don't know. That I don't know.
We don't know.
That
James
probably depends.
23. Thank you for super chat. He goes, off topic, man. Embiid must be the MVP of the season. He deserves it, and they'll never give it to him because he's a Sixer. I'm convinced. They always screw us. Early reports on Derek Barnett, he's still offsides. Oh, yeah, I forgot that he was still on a team.
I'm worried about that situation, but
dude, it's no coincidence that I didn't have very many tirades this year with no.
We forgot about him. We really did.
Yeah. DB Cooper says Philly D. That's almost as bad as fumbling the ball for an easy touchdown by the other team. Yeah, that sucked, that whole play. But you know what? We should have still won the game. Let me see here.
I don't get it. You guys got to make it to that game, bro.
I'm trying to catch up to chat. There we go. I think we're caught up now. If they draft a running back, then do they keep Scott, Gainwell, and Penny? Yeah, I think you could keep all those guys. Well, usually teams come into training camp with like 6, 7 running backs. So
yeah, but if you remember, like there were times they didn't run the ball at Scott or even had him in a game. He just did special teams. There were a lot of games like that. So Scott could do if they get Gibbs or they want to get Bijan Robinson, they can always have Scott just doing special teams, and they feel like if someone gets hurt or gets dinged up, they can make Scott do double duty if they want him to. So I don't see why not.
I don't think there's any way that they don't take a running back early. I mean it. It doesn't have to be Bijan. It could be Gibbs. But I can't see them not doing it. I just cannot see it.
It's Bijan. Let's stop. Let's stop this insane.
What did I say? Oh, Bijan.
Yeah, it's definitely Bijan. You want him. Yeah, you do.
Draft 5, baby. Draft 5. I'm going to start sending Joey pictures every day of Bijan.
It's already happened.
Every day. Yeah, it's happened a couple times. I'm not going to lie. But, I mean, I don't know. Because the two positions I look at right now, and I really think, like, you got to – you're weaker at linebacker. And I think that you're weaker at running back because I think – Miles, I'm being honest, Miles was a better back. Penny, if he can stay healthy, he's good. But it's a giant question mark. Can he stay healthy?
Well, I'm saying like Kaiser White signed a 2-year deal with the Cardinals. Like he went back to Jonathan Gannon's defense, and he really wasn't that expensive. So, like, did they feel like they want to kind of redo the position again? Like they maybe they just didn't want those 2 guys back in Edwards and White anymore. Just
I get Nakobe. I get Nakobe Dean. Like he's going to come in and take the right play. Right. I'm okay with that. The other question is, what's the other linebacker? I got to think they're going to get a veteran guy at some point for like a 1-year deal. I think they should go after Wagner. If they could get Bobby Wagner,
great.
Let's say they can get CJ Garner-Johnson back and then get Bobby Wagner. They will have maybe a better defense than they did last year.
Scary.
Okay, minus, you lose Hargrave, but I mean, okay, the Eagles aren't going to have 70 sacks next year. They still can have in the 40s. They still can have a lot of sacks. They got guys that get sacks,
True.
So I mean,
and then look, you have to compensate all that depth we had last year with a better defensive coordinator that could create ways to get pressure because there's so many games where these players bailed Gannon out so many times.
Oh yeah.
Just luckily on so many games.
You mean to tell me he really only blitzed 9% of the time?
Bro, I'm not just saying that to say it. Says so literally people asked that. So it was like, what is the Eagles defense blitz rate in the 22 season? The Eagles do not blitz 25%, which is the rate much. They stunt less than any other team in the league. 9.5% blitz rate.
And it still got 70 sacks. They could have had 85 sacks.
It's crazy. It could have been one of the best defenses of all time. Like, no joke.
Yeah, that's crazy. Chris Scott says, I did an IQ test. My results just came back and they were negative. Rock the artist. Time for action. What's happening, buddy? Let's see. BM says, I'm a Dallas fan. How I'm a clown for saying that. You're a Dallas fan? Wait. How are you a Dallas fan and you have a 49er thumbnail? Cowboy fans are so weird to me. Do you see that? He's got a 49er thumbnail and he says a Cowboy fan. What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, GG Man says our D needs to be more aggressive. Agreed. Just Chill says we need a taller linebacker. If N'Kobe has a matchup with Kelsey and Chiefs, will be toast us in the Super Bowl again. Yeah, probably. But, I mean, they're definitely going to get a linebacker. And I definitely think it's going to be a free agent linebacker. It'll be somebody who gets cut. It'll be somebody at the end of the road. It'll be a one-year deal. It'll be a bargain. They're not going to go spend a lot on a linebacker. Maybe they'll draft a linebacker late. But I can't see them spending a lot on linebacker. You know? We got to hope that N'Kobe Dean's really good. You know?
I hope so.
But I do think Wagner's in play. I do think there's a chance that they could get Wagner. That would make sense to me. 1 year deal, Bobby Wagner comes in.
N'Kobe Dean as well. Like even when we were up 2 to 3, 4 touchdowns in certain games, we were up in score, and N'Kobe Dean came in. He always made plays, like whether he was in coverage or making tackles behind the line. Like he flashed way too much to say that he's. I know it's still he was a 3rd round pick. You know he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder definitely this year, but it's tough for me to say that he isn't going to work out. I really hope he does. I hope he doesn't disappoint. So
I'm a Dallas fan, you folks. Just because I have a Christian McCaffrey pick and say Dak isn't good doesn't mean I'm a troll. No, it definitely doesn't. It doesn't mean that. No. Okay. The Flash. What's going on? When's the movie coming out, yo?
Michael Keaton.
I bet you that Flash is gonna. I don't like the guy that plays the Flash. Did you watch the Snyder Cut?
I did.
You ever watch how he runs?
Yeah.
Like who runs like that, dude? Can you? They got the most unathletic guy to play the Flash, and he run. Look at he runs. Dad, it's your son. I am one of them. Shut up, dude. You need a better. I'll play Flash. Call me Fat Flash. You know, I'll be eating donuts and running like a man with my pinky ring shining in the gleam of the pinky ring going on the eyes. So, go watch. Type up Snyder Cut Flash running. It's horrible. Anyways, the Flash says, "Hey, 500. I think we should draft that stud linebacker. Hey, would you blow me from you island?" Jeez.
God, you are terrible. You are terrible.
I'm not gonna get caught anymore. I will not get caught again like that.
Well, someone said in the chat too. That other linebacker is Miles Jack. Shout out to Jamar Gross. It was Miles Jack on a 2-year deal. Miles Jack's still free. He got let go of too.
What's the deal with him? Why would he get let go by the Steelers? Right?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they'll find a linebacker that'll come in and hold the fort down. I'm not worried about it. What I want to see is N'Kobe Dean excel. Like I want him to come out and be like, yeah, this kid's good. What a steal, you know.
True, man.
Carlos David Super Chat goes, my man Flash 500 salute. Yes. Brooks says, wife Johnny Ringo looked like somebody walked all over your grave. That's kind of why I want Ringo to end up in Dallas. So that every time Devontae Smith burn him, I was like, wow, Johnny Ringo looked like Devontae Smith just walked all over your grave. I'll have fun with that. Joey and Philly, who would you pick in the 10th? I'm going to go Jalen Carter. If he's there.
I'm going to go with, hey, would you blow me?
No. No. Cowboys are better than 4 stringers. Nope. Let's see. I don't know. Sayamalo. Some people say he's a hurt foot. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember him getting hurt. But I've heard literally nothing on Sayamalo at all.
Howie is licking his chops. He's like, yep.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely is. Today's been a weird, it's been a kind of a quiet day in the NFL. It's like everybody's regrouping for the next wave of free agents, you know. Oh, man.
There's still a good list left. I mean, the list is pretty good still. There's still a good.
Do you have the list by chance? Do you have it here?
Let me see. I should have it somewhere.
Name brands. You think Seth Jordan could be? I think Seth Jordan, no doubt, could be a coordinator. Yeah. The question is, could he put up with the way the guys are today? That I don't know.
So here's the list of who's available. So you got linebacker Bobby Wagner, wide receiver DJ Chark, tight end Dalton Schultz, CJ Garner-Johnson, defensive end Frank Clark. You have cornerback Marcus Peters. You have defensive end. Oh, I forgot about Yannick Ngakoue. You have linebacker Leonard Floyd, cornerback Rocky Sin, linebacker Melvin Ingram, defensive end Jadeveon Clowney. Offensive tackle Donovan Smith, linebacker Drew Tranquil, offensive tackle Taylor Lewan, and obviously Odell Beckham Jr.
I mean, there's some good names there. You know, I don't think I think CJ Garner-Johnson ends up in Philly. I don't see anybody else ending up in Philly there. Right. Cloudfight says, Philly, are you nervous coming into the season with an injury-prone running back? I am a little nervous about it. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I am. I think the guy, if he's healthy, I think he's great. I do worry about his health, though, and I do think that we need to still upgrade that running back position. I still think we're not done yet there. I really do. Let's see.
He's like, people were saying at his press conference, too, like, people were like, man, he looks like a linebacker. Like, the guy is...
He's huge.
Yeah.
He's big. Yeah, he's big. If he can stay healthy, I think he'd be fine. You know, like if you told me for sure, like, okay, he's going to be healthy, I would say get Gibbs, because that would be a great compliment. They would compliment each other great, you know. I just worry about his health. Eileen Dover just came immediately available for NFL. I don't know who that is. Let's see. Yo, Philly, a couple days ago, I got a brown jersey. Oh, you got an AJ Brown jersey, Dean? That's very cool, man. I can't wait for the Kelly Green so I can start getting some of these guys.
Yep.
You know? Steve, what's going on? He says, no way the Eagles won't get another running back, either draft or free agent. Yeah, I think they got to. I really do. I also would like to see the Eagles actually address special teams. Like, I think we need to help our return game. We've ignored it the last, 2-3 years.
Yeah, why are they giving Michael Clay why are they giving him a raise? Why do they like him so much? Like, Covey needs some competition. Devin Allen never had a shot. He hasn't played in 5-6 years. You know, there was opportunity that was missed there. They didn't have to bring up like Covey every single. They could have just let him play a few games, then sit him, see what Devin Allen can do in a few weeks, sit him, and then make a decision. But they kept Covey out there. You know, so.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I also expect, because we don't have a ton of picks, I expect the Eagles to go off with the unrestricted free agents this year. Like, they're going to be really aggressive trying to get those guys. It should be a very interesting list. Now, the following year, we're loaded with picks. A lot of them are going to be high picks. And I imagine, I think they retool that whole defense there.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, I think part of the reason why you bring Fletcher Cox back, Brandon Graham back, you want them guys one more year before you go into that draft, where I think it's probably going to be heavy defense.
Yeah.
You know? So the Eagles could go a lot of different ways in this draft. I mean, they could totally surprise us and go offensive lineman. It would not surprise me at all. I think the Eagles are in a position where, you know, we talked about, like, if they have a chance to get a star to put them over, do it. I definitely think they're in that kind of position, but that kind of position is also the position is where you say, you know what, we're just taking the best player available. We're not going to worry about whether we need him for next year or not, because we're already good to go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, you're probably going to get a third from Hargrave. If Sayamalu signs, that could turn into a pretty high one too, right? Because he could be the highest paid guard at his position. We still don't know about CJ Garner-Johnson yet, you know. And then Bradbury coming back was awesome.
Great.
Yeah, I just so happy about that. Ref Tiger says, do you think Jurgen starts at guard alongside Dickerson? I think if they lose a right guard, I think he probably does, right? I mean, I would think so.
You mean alongside
between Kelsey and Lane.
Yeah,
but
Kelsey and
I
Lane.
think when he says alongside, I mean him meaning both guards, Dickerson and him.
Oh yeah, 100%. You can't sit him for a whole nother year. You can't redshirt him another. I mean, if Kelsey's going to retire after next year, you got to get him like. You can't just sit him and just. I mean, you just can't. I think he's got to play, man. I think he's going to be good between Lane. I mean, Kelsey's taking him under his wing. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen, right? He's going to go out and he's going to kill it at guard, and he's going to be so good. We're going to be like, we can't move him. We cannot move him, just like Landon Dickerson. And then we're going to have two guards and no center. Yo, Philly, I love watching. Oh my God, I just feel like I watched the episode 3 of Last of Us again.
We got so many more weeks of this. we got 13 hours of the draft of this. I don't know if this is purposely or I don't know what's going on, but
I think you set me up.
I swear to God, I
think you said go to this people. Go and just let's get Philly all discombobulated.
These are your people, ain't my people.
Double R says Cowboy Nation, hello. I gotta read it. Okay, I read it first. I'm gonna have to read these before I say anything. Let's see. Jason, he says, yes, Hunter Renfrow, Adam Thielen, and Robbie Anderson will be available for cheap. McNabb Fat 5, thank you for super chat. Okay. I'm drafting Carter even if I go with a hooker and a crack rock. Okay. I can't win. Logan says, Joey, did you watch something about Mariota?
No.
So it's something about Joey because he won't watch it. Marks has. Hey Phil, you think we're gonna get Bijan Robinson? And I think Brent Johnson from the U on special teams is electric. I love him from Utah. Watch him play for 2 years. You like Brent Covey? I mean, we will see. We will see. I have to pre-read all these now. Green Blood says. That one we're gonna skip over. What is going on with these people? Jay Koch says, whatever happened to Matt Corral is getting drafted in first last year. I don't know. What easy money, right? He's around still. We literally have the. I still have the Corral. The dirt. We will be wearing those Matt Corral jerseys. You know.
Yep.
Let's see. Joe says Mills at what price he released for a reason. It's a first-year deal that doesn't cost much. I don't care, but do you think he's important to pick up? That's asking a lot. Yeah, I agree. It's not a lot, really.
No.
You know, he's got to be cheap. I don't think he comes in safety and changes everything. You know what I mean?
No.
Ryan says, it's almost summer, plenty of prime fish walking around, and I'm phenomenal fisherman.
What are these? What are these?
I hope you have a strong test line. Let me see. I'm looking at ASMR. It says I missed the super chat. ASMR of everything says I missed the super chat. Where is it?
On your end, maybe, I think.
I'm looking. I do not see it.
A second.
Is it oh, here it is. It's a channel member one. That's why I didn't see it. Ask for more me of everything. Member for 5 months of Dingbat Nation. Thank you so much. I apologize for missing it. He said, "Do you guys think Slay was gone? That was a shock. I thought he was gone. Yeah, and I really, I was willing to accept it if it meant keeping CJ Garner-Johnson. But I'm very happy that he's coming back, though.
There's rumors out there that Jennifer Slay, his wife, had a lot to do with him coming back too. Apparently there was rumors that there was a signing with the Baltimore Ravens in place, and I think Howie was on the phones with Slay's agents from morning till the end of the night, pretty much, to get it done.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'm glad it worked out. I really am. Ray says, how about a special shakedown watch party of 500 making Joey watch something about Mary? I'll do it. If Joey wants to do a watch party with something about Mary, I'll do it. JM David Super Chat. He goes, Ellen Dover became the wildest free agent. I don't know who that is.
When I hear Dover, I don't know.
If it was Ben, I would say, "Oh, bend over." Oh, I get. I leaned over. Oh, I leaned over. I get it. Oh, I totally get it.
Oh, wow.
I lean over, and then he comes, and it's over. I leaned over. I picked up the soap. AJ, they were super chat. He goes, "You got to check out Den of Thieves." Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, pause. I think we got pause. Shannon Davis super chat. Just giving Philly 500 streams some love too. Thank you so much. Appreciate ya. Philly, have you seen?
It was close. Dude, I would have died.
I was at the tip of my tongue. I almost said I swallowed. Never mind. Damn it!
Don't say it.
I didn't mean to say it. I just was, it just slipped. Pause.
Oh my God.
It slipped. Yeah, I think we will sign him. Yeah. Ryan says, did you guys see the article that said the Cowboys media is waving the white flag? The Cowboys journalists are finally conceding that the Eagles are the superior franchise. Last night, gotta love it. No, but I would love to see that. I would love to see it. We are set at cornerback maybe next year when we have a lot of picks. We take a fly. They might. It's hard to know. Mr. International says something about Mary. What is about Mary? Yeah, you gotta watch it. Just Chill says 500 about the start. I already have an OnlyFans. Everybody know I have an OnlyFans. It's a site where we do squat cobblers. So yeah, I just did a bunch of squat cobblers today. I just gotta upload them. 500 in a bad space tonight, lad. I love it. I ain't doing nothing.
Good chat, bro.
I'm trying really hard. Joey said I'm all up this morning with his stream. I know it. Nick says, Philly, who you think you're taking at 10? I hope we trade up and go for Will Anderson, though. I would love to go for Will Anderson. I would love it. I'll say I'm gonna say, if I had to guess, I'm gonna say Jalen Carter or Kalijah Kancey are gonna be the two I would lean towards. Dean says, Philly, I think Will Levis drops to us when the Buccaneers and Eagles will pick us and gives us an extra. You're gonna take him though at 10?
No way. Obviously not now. Never.
Philly 500 OnlyFans is a number one in the rank. It's like one of the best ones ever. Yeah, I've been sub Philly 500 OnlyFans for too long. He's taking all my hard-earned money by count. It's addictive, watching. Especially right now, we got a discount on the apple pies, so we got a bunch of those that came in. So yeah, it's it's going well. It's going very well. Thank you. All right. Well, I don't know. Before I get in more trouble from slipping saying anything, I guess that's it, man. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
I think that's really it. I mean, I think we went over. We knew that today was going to be a little bit of a longer stream today because we missed. I mean, obviously we haven't streamed since the start of free agency, so a lot has happened, and a whole nother week, another first wave is done. This is the next wave coming this week, and yeah, I mean, we're getting close to the draft. I mean, once next couple weeks, we'll find out. Hopefully, the Chauncey thing gets settled. That's done. That has to be done as quick as possible. I don't see why he would sign anywhere else. Take your chance, sign a short-term deal in Philadelphia, and just get it done. You know.
So the wife says, "Are you guys streaming tomorrow?" I'm undecided yet. I've got to spend some time with family. It's been such a busy week. I will definitely have a couple videos out. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow or not. What about you?
I'll be streaming tomorrow. I got a couple of videos and some membership stuff coming out tomorrow. So.
There you go. So Joey will be 500. Don't know. They whacked Epstein says 500 pounds and Lane Johnson. Thanks. It's 502 pounds.
Well, he was Jason Kelsey. It changed to.
Brother screwed us on the way out. So I guess that's it, everybody. I want to thank you guys for joining us this weird episode of the Philly Shakedown podcast. We thank you for all your support. If you haven't clicked the link description, go sub up my man Joey Shakes. Definitely. And we just appreciate you guys being here. We really do. And I mean, that's pretty much it, right? I mean,
I'm good to go. Ready for another week.
Ready for another week. So it's going to be interesting. Oh God, I'm seeing some things in there. I'm just, oh my God, you guys are going to try to get me to say stuff. But thank you guys for joining us. Seriously, we'll be back. It's going to be probably another fairly busy week. Hopefully, we'll get something on CJ Garner-Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have videos out tomorrow. Joey will be streaming. I don't know if I'm going to stream or not. And with that said, I guess we'll let you guys go. I hope you guys have a great night, a wonderful night. God bless. Take care. We will talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Peace.
One more play. We had one.
Yo, you gotta be motherfucking kidding.
You gotta be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What are you doing?
running from
What
a.
are you doing?
To get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
Kellen Moore, he's got to be better, man. He wasn't.
Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more
We
play.
had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us.
Away, but, this is just
The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
The brother screwed
it is what
us.
it is, man.